Well, I welcome you back once again to Jorit Academy. I'm still your trainer, John Apia. You can call me Sezigi. Now, we are going to start with our lessons. Now, in the first lesson, we are going to start with the creation of the subject sheets. Because it's a training purpose, we are going to use just 3 subjects so that we go fast. But if you are developing for a school, you need to get the list of the subjects that they do. So basically, the primary, they have their range of subjects. That's the upper primary, they have about, I think, 11 or subjects or so. But some schools, they do 9, some they not do French, some do PE and others. So you need to get the list of the subject that the school does so that you can use it to create your report or you create your SBA. Now, so this particular training, we are going to use Excel, basically Excel, nothing else. We're not going to use any external app. We're not going to use any external lesson. Everything we're going to use is in Excel. So let's open Excel. Basically, I'm using Excel 2016. Excel 20, that's what I'm using. So if you have Excel 2020 or 365, you can use it. Basically, they all work the same. But I always recommend you to use from 2016 upwards. 2010, it may cause trouble when you get to the advanced session, but obviously it will still work for you. Even 2007 version can still work. Okay, so you are going to start from a blank page. Good. So now, first of all, the first we are going to do now is to save our project and give our project a name. Okay, because we are going to use macros, like at the advanced session, so that it will generate a report for you. You're going to use macros. So without enabling the macros, the system will not work. It will be like only to be a normal Excel, but we want it to be an advanced form. So that's what we're going to do. So now let's save it. So let's go to File. So after you open it and you want to save your project, you go to File. Or basically, if the first project that you are going to test, first time you're going to save, you can just click on Ctrl+S. It will bring you the Save As button. Or basically, you can go to File, then you go to Save As or Save. Because it's the first time, you can select any of them. But if you have already saved it and you want to save the changes, you can click on Save. Yes. But if you have already saved it, but you want to save it with a different name or in a different location, that's where you're going to use the Save As. So that's the difference between save and save. And don't forget, this particular training is about Excel mastery. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about Excel. So it's not only about how to develop the SBA, but how to master Excel. So please, let's take our time and learn everything here. Okay, so now I've known the difference between save and then save as. Okay, so let's save our work, and then we are going to select a location. So you can browse and get a location, or you can select any location that you have currently used. So we want to save it on our desktop. So our desktop is already here, so just click on it, and then we go to I already have a folder that contains most of my Excel projects. So okay, this here, so let's click on it. Or if you want to create your own project, your own S folder, basically you want to create your own folder, you come to this section, click on New Folder. Okay, let's click New Folder. Let's click on New Folder, and then the new folder will be on desktop because we have already selected desktop as the location, the first location. So the second location will be our new folder. So new folder, let's give it a name. Let's say Excel Mastery. Okay, something like this. Excel Mastery course. Okay, I think this one is cool. Okay, so now we have created our folder here. So we just double click on it again, then it will open for you. So now let's give our file a name. So our file, we are going to use let's use Excel. Oh no, let me use this one. Let me use SBA project. Let me use SBA project. Okay, I think that one will work. Let me use SBA project. Okay, so that is the name that you are going to give to our file, not our folder, our file, our Excel file. Okay, now we are going to enable the macros. So this is how we are going to enable. This is how we need to enable the macro. You see, there is a save as type here. Basically, Excel has different file extensions. When we talk of file extension, we're talking about the format that a particular file goes with. So with file extension, we have the normal, we have picture format, we have document format, we have the video format and others. So we have, you can see, PDF, we have doc, that's DOC, we have Excel format, that is XLS, we have JPEG, that's the image form, we have PNG and others. So we are going to use a file extension that will enable, or that will help us to run our macros, our code on our Excel. Okay, so basically Excel is just like an IDE. When we talk of IDE, it is an integrated development environment that we can use to code. You see, when you want to code, you need an IDE. Let's say if you want to use Python to code. Python is a programming language. If you want to use Python to code, you need an IDE like PyCharm. You can use an IDE like as a Visual Studio as an IDE to code Python or to code Java or any other program language. You need an IDE. Sorry. So basically, Excel is also an IDE because Excel comes with its own programming language that you can use. That is the Visual Basic for Applications. That's the VBA. So basically, we are also going to use the VBA. The VBA is what we call as the macros. That is the code that runs on the VBA is what we call the macros. They use modules and subroutines to run the macros. Okay, so before these macros or this code can work on your Excel, you need to enable it. So let's change the file save as type. Click on save as type. Then let's go to Excel Macro Enabled Workbook. So let's select that one. Don't forget, it is Excel Macro Enabled. If you don't save your work in this file format, please, when you get to the advanced, you are going to find yourself on you can't even generate a report, because we are going to use the macros. Even from the beginning, we are going to use the macro. We are going to use the macro to link our sheets. So let's take it. So let's do this one, and then we move forward. Okay, so Excel Macro Enabled Workbook. Then click on save. Good. Now our project is now saved. So let's not close it. Let's go to our file, our location where we save it. I want to show you something. I think we save it here. Okay, so let me extend this one. You see that the type is now Excel Macro Enabled Workbook. Okay, that is it. So we are good to go. So now let's start with our sheet. So we are going to create our first sheet. Please, basically the sheets are the same. The features on the sheet are the same. So first of all, let's give the sheet a name. So the sheet we are going to give the sheet name. So let's click on the sheet name below. Then you right click. Then you select rename. So the name of the sheet, we are going to deal with the subject. So let's start with maths. So this one will be maths. Okay. So we are going to deal with maths. Now, because we are going to create 3 different subjects, I want us to do something. I want to show you some trick. I want to show you how to edit 2 or more sheets at the same time without switching between the sheet or within the sheets. I'm going to show you how to edit a sheet, 2 or more sheets at the same time. Okay, so let me create another sheet. So click on the plus sign, create another sheet, and then rename it to English. Please, this particular video will be a little bit longer, so please kindly bear with me for that. Okay, then create another one, then let's rename it to science. Yeah, I just want to use these 3 main subjects. Now, with the creation of the subject sheet, there are different ways that you can do. One, the first one is you can just create just one sheet. Let's say create the math sheet, just design it, then you copy the sheet 3 times, then you rename it. That's one way. Then the second one is you create the sheet, the number of sheet that you want to create. Let's say you want to create 3, 5, any number of sheet that you want to create. Then you do what we are going to do now. That is 2 ways. So basically, if the first one, that is you just design your sheet, the first sheet, just design, then you create a copy of it. For the rest, then you rename it. If that is okay for you, fine. But if what you are going to do now is also okay for you, then you do it. But the reason why I want to teach you this particular part, this particular formula, or this particular formula, the procedure, is that basically you can use it to edit sheets, that's 2 or more sheets at the same time. That's why I'm teaching you that. So let's go on. So now we have 3 sheets. Okay, before that, let's differentiate the sheet, so you can give it colors. So you right click and you go to tab color. So tab color, let's select any other color for maths. Then you go to this one to change the color. Then the size to do the same thing, and then give it a color. Okay, so basically you can see that we have different colors here. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to design the sheet. So let's select one sheet. After selecting one sheet, we are going to select all the sheets so that you can design them at a go. So just select it, then click on Control without removing your hand on the Control key. Then you come and click on the next, and then the next. So now all the 3 sheets have been selected. So anything that you do on this particular sheet, this visible sheet, it will apply on the rest of the sheet. That's it. That is how Excel works. So let's start. So first of all, we are going to give a title. So let's use math, because that's math is the first sheet. So let's use mathematics as the subject title. Okay. Then we go to I think we have the serial number. Then if you want to add ID, you can add your ID. Then name, the name of the students. Okay. So if you want to move from one particular cell to a different cell, just click on the tab key. That is, it will move to the right. Yes. And if you want to move down by row, then you click on the enter. So let's take note of that. Okay, so name, then basically you can name your class. I don't think class is very important here, so let's leave that. Then we start with the subject. So let's say in SBA we have group work. We have classwork. So if that is your SBA format, classwork, I think it's class test. Classwork, we have classwork, we have class test. Then we have I think it's group work here. Group work. Okay, so you can add another class work. Okay, I think the class work can be 2. So let's select this particular row and then insert a column. So let's go to select it and then go to insert. So we have, make sure the home tab is selected, then you go to insert. Just click on the small arrow here, they give you an option of what you want to insert. We want to insert a column, a sheet column. So just click on the sheet column, then a new column will be inserted for you. Then we name that class, that one to as class work. But we want to make it differentiate, so you can say category 2. Okay, then we come to this section. Okay, now see, look something here. You see that on my Excel sheet, the formula tab is not showing. Yes, because I've already coded my system to such a way that anytime I open an Excel sheet, the formula will hide. If that is your case, go to view and then make sure the formula bar is selected. Just click on it, it will come. That is it. Okay, so let's continue. So we want to edit the first person, the first work. We want to add category 1. So we just select the cell and then go to the formula bar. Just click on the text box there. Then the icon will be blinking for you. Then you just insert your text. So category 1. Good. Then so we have our class work. So with this one, they are all 15 marks. So you can add the 15 marks below, so that when the person wants to enter it, the person will know that yeah, this is 15 marks, or can just leave it. Okay, so we have the class work here. Then we go to the total. So you can say total score. Then okay, so let's make it total sub score. Let's make total sub score. Then we use the next one will be total class score. Okay, good. Okay, so you see that some are overlapping this as the columns. Don't worry, we are going to deal with that one. Okay, so now we have the 4 categories. We have the class work category 1, class work category 2. We have the class test, then you have the group work. So total 15 times 4 will give you 60. So the total sub score will give you 60. Then the 60 will be converted to 50 in our case. But yours maybe you convert it to 30, you can convert it to 20 in any other conversion. But in our case, we are going to convert it to 50. So that would be the total class score. Then the next one will be the exam score. So exams score. Then the exam score will also converted to 50%. So that will be total exams score. Okay, let me space it. Okay, so that is it. So we have the total exam score, or I think the spelling is wrong. Okay, so then we have the class score, we have the exam score. So we have the total exam score. Then we are going to have the overall, that is the total exams, total class. You add them together, that's the overall. So you can say overall score, something like this. Then the next one will be, if you want to add position, you can bring your position. Then you can also bring your grade. Then the remarks. Okay, so I want to show you something. Remember I said anything that we are doing in this particular sheet will be reflected on the other sheets. Okay, so let's check it. So you can see that English is selected now, but you can see that it is having what? The same information. Science is now selected, it's having the same information. So anything that you do to the sheet, because it is selected, it's part of the selection, the application will be done on that. So I don't want the video to be long, so I'm going to show you some few things on how to format this particular essay. Then I'll allow you to also do yours. Okay, so let's select it again. Okay, so let's select the whole row, to the last, and then we go to home, then you go to text wrap, so that will wrap the text in the columns. Okay, so we now want the name of the sheet to fill the whole area, so let's select from the first box to the last box where the remarks is. Then you go to merge and center, so just click on merge and center to merge it for you. Then now let's increase the size, and then let's bolden it to 16 and then bolden it. Okay, so this one too, we need to bolden this one too, so let's select it and then bolden it too. If you want to increase the size, you can increase. Okay, then the alignment to, let's center it and then position it in the middle too, so that it will be nice for us. Okay, so the serial number, the column width is okay. The ID, you can open it up a bit, because some IDs are longer. For the name, you need to open it wider, because some names are plenty. Okay, then the class course, you can just open it a bit. Okay, this one, let's just maintain it. Class test 2, let's maintain group. Okay, let's maintain everything here, and then the position to, because we want the test to be okay, to fit. Okay, so we'll just open it a bit. Okay, so don't forget, this is the basics. We are doing the basics, so everything here is basics. We are not running. I'm going at a normal pace, so that everybody here will be able to follow or move along with us. Okay, so now we have created our sheet, but we are going to design it. We need to make it beautiful. Okay, so first of all, we are going to give it borders. Give borders. So you can select to about row 300, so that irrespective of the size, the class size, it can fit into it. But this is a training purpose. We are going to select just from row 2 to, let's say, we want everything to be visible, so let's use row 15. So let's select to row 15 here. So you click, then you drag. You just click and drag. So you have selected it here. So you are going to give the border, all border. So you go to this particular section here. Then our font, you go to the font groups. When you go to the font, you can just click on this particular small arrow here. That's the long process, although, but maybe your interface is maybe different from mine. That's why I'm showing that you can go to the font group and then do that. You just click on this one, then you send it to this section. Then you go to border. Then you can use this one to select. You can select the border that you want to. Maybe you want to use the deep border here. Then you select the borders. But I don't want you to go to that particular session. Just use the simple one here. There's an icon here. Just click on it. Then you go to all borders. Just click on all borders. So now we want to give it some colors, so that it will differentiate where we are going to enter and then where you are not going to enter. So let's select the serial number column, and then go to the bracket icon here and just give it a color. So let's select it, and then let's give it this color. Okay, so I think this one we can give the colors to this whole section here. Let's give the same color to this section here. Okay, then with this particular section we can check the top here. Okay, let's maintain that, and then let's go to the total SAR score. Also, let's give it a different color. Then let's give this one to a different color. Okay, so this one, the total class score and the exam score, we can give it the same, because that is the two that we are going to. Basically, we are going to make reference to that particular rows, that particular columns. Okay, then the overall score, and that is another most important, so we can use red. for that. Then the progress in the position to, we can also use a different color for that one too. Okay, so now you can see that our work, our sheet is now nicely and beautifully made. Okay, so this session, let's give this portion some few colors so that it will also stand out. Okay, so let's do the same thing to this. Okay, so this will tell you that where the white areas is where you are going to just enter, and the area that you have colored it, you are going to lock it, and it is going to contain our formulas. Okay, so we have our sheet. So let's see that. You can see that the other sheets, they also have the same. So now let's rename it. So English, let's change the heading to English. Let's go to English and then change the heading to English. Then let's go to Science, change that one also to Science. Okay, so now you can see that our sheet is now active. Okay, so I'll end the lesson here, and I want you all to create your own sheets. In our next lesson, we are going to create another two different sheets. That is the student information list and then the dashboard. Okay, so basically, okay, we will leave the dashboard for now. We are going to create the student information list, and then we start with the formulas and the functions. Okay, so meet you in the next lesson. Thank you. Bye bye.